So even when it's not city girl stuff, it's really not city girl stuff. I mean, she did say she wasn't friendly. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. What's going on, you all? Miami versus Miami SmackDown City Girl style. Oh my God. People have been saying that the City Girls were not on best of terms for a minute now, and today's series of events during a eclipse, girl, what is going on? They have now confirmed for a lot of folks who've been speculating that they was not cool. JT has called Miami out for not supporting her and not like defending her online. And Young Miami is responding and saying, girl, you have released songs and dissed me for the last couple of weeks. How am I supposed to react? Like, what's it giving? So let's get into it because we got to talk about the City Girls. You all know I have been in love with the City Girls for years. I've had, you know, just a love for them and their come up. And I just have so many thoughts because say what you want to say, both of them have added so much to the group that you cannot say that one has done more than the other. When JT was in jail, Young Miami was out performing. She was keeping the dream alive. Young Miami did not want to do this. Like, this wasn't something she was interested in. She did not want to be a rap girl. She's not a rapper like that. JT is the rap girl. Like, her pen game is good. There's no doubt about that. And, you know, she was down bad. Like, you had Young Miami for a while performing and stuff. Then you had the pandemic happen. JT got out of jail. So it's just been, you know, a lot of things that have kept them from, you know, being more successful. First of all, there are two black women. One is dark skinned, one is light skinned. And that, I want to talk about that as well. And we'll get into that. Because I feel like that's the reason why a lot of folks have kind of just seen more for Young Miami. Young Miami doesn't have to be the pen girl or rap as hard as JT. JT has to rap harder to prove herself because she is a dark-skinned girl. Like, JT doesn't necessarily perform the same level of femininity like a Young Miami does. And Young Miami does not have to perform too much because she's already lighter skinned. Femininity is not really hard for her to perform for the male gaze or whatever. So today they went at it. I'm not going to post all of the tweets and stuff because that's not what we're here for. I'm here to have a real conversation about it. But shout out to Big Alyssa who dragged me and ate me up and said, girl, if you don't draw that hairline on and get in front of that camera, well, I'm here now. So yes, shout out to Big Alyssa because that was hilarious. Y'all had me cracking up, talking about some get your butt in front of the camera, talk about it. So I want to make sure, even though this video is late, I want to make sure that I really like dive in deep of like the history a little bit of the City Girls because like I said, they have been doing a thing. I think they came out around 2017, if I'm not mistaken. We were introduced to them, their album. I had a friend who sent it to me. I was like, oh girl, movie was my stuff. Movie was I enjoyed it, I loved it. And we can tell that there was a shift, there was something going on. We saw an interview where the City Girls was promoting their latest album and they just seemed confused. They did not have the same energy. They didn't have the same oomph that they had in other interviews, especially with the Breakfast Club where they can be wild and like just playful and stuff. They were not doing any of that. They were asked questions about what's going on with the label. They say they don't really have management. Like management, they don't know what's going on with that. This project is a result of that. The project is just, it just looks like something that was thrown together. It's not that much push behind it. There's been some stuff that has, you know, happened. And I will say both of them have like really added something to the City Girls group. Both of them work together very, very well. I'm gonna let y'all see this clip that really kind of opened a lot of eyes for a lot of folks about them possibly not being as cool. Hopefully I can still have it without the Breakfast Club snatching it down.
You're gonna be on the show a lot though.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. That's all I got.
But yes, you can see in this interview, this clip, that JT is being asked, will she be in Young Miami's reality show that has had to reshoot because a lot of the episodes had Diddy in it. And you see what's going on with Diddy. She cannot be associated with Diddy anymore. She cannot, like, that well is dried up. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's contaminated, to be honest.
You don't set us all up for contamination.
Period. And she had to reshoot a lot of stuff. So she was being asked, JT was being asked, would she be in there? And Young Miami was like, no, I don't think so. You would think that there would be some episodes of her being in there or whatever, but I understand Young Miami possibly needing to brand herself as Young Miami. Like, hey, this is my opportunity. Like, I have things that I'm trying to do. Even JT acknowledged it and said, hey, she's trying to do, you know, other stuff. Like, she got kids to feed, all that other stuff. And Young Miami wasn't as confident in the rap stuff like JT was. But Young Miami said she did it for JT. So I can understand her, like, needing to do that. But girl, to say that your friend ain't gonna be there at all and y'all a group, it's kind of questionable. And just in the interview, it was just very awkward. A lot of people tweeted about it back when it came out. A lot of folks was like, girl, this you know, this confirms it. So now, April the 8th, during the eclipse, we're seeing them clap at each other. So y'all know that JT has, you know, she's been coming to folks next. She just came at Glorilla not too long ago. Did a whole video about that. So today she called out Ken Barbie, who is a blogger online, and she talked about how he reports on her and how, you know, how he talks about her is different from how he talks about everybody else. And, you know, Ken Barbie responded and said, girl, I talk about everybody else. I'm shady with everybody else. Here's my thing, and I enjoy folks, you know, like Ken Barbie, who be keeping screenshots of the stuff that be going on, because I'm like, girl, they be deleting stuff so quick. I enjoy Ken Barbie for that. But I will say that Ken Barbie has to be playing in our face to believe that there's not a coincidence that you're, you know, critiquing JT and you're best friends with Cardi B. Like, Cardi B follows you on Twitter. Y'all have been around each other. Y'all talk. Y'all have to be honest. Like, y'all can't call yourselves, quote unquote, fair bloggers or whatever, and y'all talk about stuff, even if it's not commentary, it's just you reporting it. Y'all report certain things. There's been stuff that Cardi B has done that bloggers who are cool with Cardi B are not gonna post. They're just not gonna post. And a lot of y'all do that because y'all do not wanna lose access. Like, y'all don't wanna lose access to these celebrities. Y'all don't wanna lose access to the industry. That's why I can't take y'all serious. That's why I'm not interested in being friends with celebrities in any way, shape, or form. I don't mind having conversations with celebrities. Come on, patrons, y'all know what the tea is. I don't mind having conversations with them if they're seeking understanding or any type of advice or whatever. I don't mind doing that. But I'm not here to befriend celebrities because I have to be honest about some of the things that they do, or anybody. Like, whether it's a politician, a celebrity, an artist, or whatever. I don't want to feel though I have to perform a certain kindness or whatever in hopes that I don't lose this friendship or this, you know, access. I just don't want to be put in that situation. So Ken Barbie, like, you know, you're best friends with Cardi. So it's not crazy that, you know, the folks who Cardi not really messing with, who have she's gotten into it with, you clapping back at. Like, if it's somebody that, you know, Cardi doesn't like, you're not jumping to be friends with them, Ken. Like, let's be honest. The same thing with, you know, JT. The same thing can be said about JT. And JT, you're not hopping being friends with folks who Nicki Minaj don't mess with. Probably the reason why, you know, folks are saying that you did not give Megan that verse for her song, because you were working with Nicki Minaj at the time, and that was Nicki Minaj. You even tweeted that. You even posted that on Instagram yourself in the comments. So all of y'all to a certain degree have loyalties to folks because of access. Like, y'all do that. Y'all might say y'all don't. Y'all real. Everybody's real. Everybody's real, and then everybody is money hungry. You can't be real and authentic and also grind as hard as y'all do. There's nothing real about that. Like, y'all, it's either one or the other. Because if you're grinding, there's certain stuff that you're not going to say no to because you want the opportunity. Versus, like, people over profits every time. So, like, y'all have to find some, you know, it's a very thin line with that, but some of y'all do not tread it good. But y'all just don't do a good job of being honest about that. But I don't blame JT for talking about that. That turned into Young Miami coming on Twitter, because, you know, the girls was talking about Young Miami, you know, not really offering that much with the city girls, or she being jealous or whatever, da da da. So Young Miami said, girl, y'all mad or am I mad? Which one is? Because I ain't mad. And JT came and said, you know, basically clapped back at her and said, girl, don't play dumb now. Don't backpedal now. Don't backpedal now. Like saying that, girl, you be acting like you don't know what's going on. You don't come online to defend me per se. Like you know, you be playing dumb about the situation and stuff that's going on. And Young Miami is responding basically saying, girl, you have been dissing me for the last couple of weeks. I don't know what to do. Like, what's the tea? And JT asked, what songs you talking about? Young Miami named Sideways and No Bars. Now, I don't see how No Bars pertains to Young Miami. The first person I thought about was honestly Cardi B. Like saying, girl, you doing all that wifey stuff knowing he don't mess with you. I thought that was about Cardi B. I never would have thought that was about Young Miami. Never would have thought that. I would have never thought that No Bars was about Young Miami. Never. Sideways, now listening to the song a couple of times, I can see how it can be interpreted as it's about her. You know, she's saying, you know, she ain't going back to the old days or whatever. She ain't friendly, yada, yada, yada. But it's like, girl, certain stuff is like, girl, it can be for anybody. If the shoe fits, wear it. What the issue that I have is y'all are going back and forth on social media and Twitter, and y'all could have called somebody. Like, and let me sit up a little bit, because as somebody who has had a group breakup, for those who know, you know, I've dealt with something of the similar, where, you know, girl, we are friends. Why are we taking this online? Why are you tweeting and saying stuff? Why are you allowing folks to say certain things? And you liking it and doing all the other stuff? Like, girl, people gonna start asking questions. If there's an issue, we can have a conversation. And I get that, you know, if there is a real issue, you can call each other. Y'all have each other's numbers. Like, y'all can call, get in contact with each other. Y'all can do that. And the fact that nobody was doing that. And a lot of y'all honestly needed a battery in y'all backs. Like, that's why y'all came to Twitter. A lot of folks need a battery in their back to be supported, to feel like they doing right when y'all could just come online. I'll give you an example. There was a friend who quote tweeted me on Twitter, like trying to shade me. And I don't forget what I was talking about. It was something about like, you know, Twitter drama mess or whatever. And they were kind of saying that I was always doing something or whatever. And I immediately called them. I was at the hospital. I'll never forget it. I was at the hospital because this was the day before Thanksgiving. And I wasn't feeling when I want to be seen. I called that person immediately. I'm sitting on the doctor's chair with the white thing waiting on the doctor to come back. I saw that tweet and I called that friend immediately. I'm like, girl, what's the tea? What's going on? Like, what's this about? Like, really, what's going on? And they were stuttering, responding to it. And I was like, girl, like, why would you say something like that? Why would you do that? Da, da, da. And they apologized. Like, if you have an issue with me, I'd rather for you to like call me. Don't tweet, do stuff like that, because you have certain people that do not like me, like JT and Young Miami. Both of them have fans that don't like each other. Like, Young Miami has some fans that do not like JT, and some fans of JT that do not like Young Miami. It's mess. And sometimes, like, even Young Miami said, y'all would let social media gas y'all up. Like, gas y'all up, like, what's the tea? And I called that person and they apologized and deleted the tweet, but y'all could have did the same thing. Like, y'all real, y'all boss, like, call each other. Why are we arguing back and forth on social media? Like, and I get that JT is irritated. There's a lot of stuff. JT has had to fight a lot of stuff. She's a dark-skinned female rapper who is trying to find her way. And I'm glad that I saw her respond to somebody who said, girl, you bubbling under, da da da. And she acknowledged, yeah, girl, like, this is like me building character. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. There is nobody who can spray you with your own truth. Somebody say, girl, you poor as hell. Well, yeah, girl, I am poor. Like, I'm trying to pay these bills. There's nothing nobody else can say once you acknowledge that. Like, yeah, girl, I am broke. I am poor. This rich bitch is very poor, period. Once you acknowledge that, there's nothing else a person can say, because the joke is about questioning if the thing is true or not. Is this true or not? Now that you have confirmed it, the joke kind of loses a lot of like air. So it's like JT owning that I am trying to build myself up and trying to grow takes away any of the shade or anything that people can say. Because like, girl, she hustling. People will respond and say, yeah, she's hustling. She's trying to get this stuff running. And I respect that. But JT was clapping back and saying stuff, and basically saying that Young Miami doesn't really defend her. And she said that, girl, like there's some stuff that happened, even when that stuff popped off with CP or whatever. I was like, what is she talking about? She said, girl, I defended you. That there's nothing that I would have done for you. I would have took a bullet for you, and I felt like that you would not do the same for me. And I felt that, like, wow, like, JT is hurt. She is hurt. Like, there's something that's happened that they probably are not going to talk about on Twitter or whatever, but something happened, and it hurt JT's feelings. And I feel like both of them need to acknowledge that they both have done wrong to each other. JT and Young Miami said they had a phone call, they talked about it, but there was a tweet that came out after the phone call, and Young Miami responded, was like, girl, I thought we just had a conversation, Jativia, what's the tea? And JT said, hey girl, that tweet was posted after, you know, the phone call, because I had tweeted it before, but it came out late. Somebody said it does happen sometimes. I never had that happen to me on Twitter. Instagram stories, yes. Twitter, I don't know, but Elon Musk will pay for his crimes, period. And JT said that the fact still remains that, you know, she feels this way, and how she jumped to defend Saucy Santana. Now, the thing with Saucy Santana is neither one of y'all were the best friend for Saucy Santana, to be honest. Both of y'all relationship with Saucy Santana can be questioned, to be honest, because when that alleged X-tape of Saucy Santana was, you know, posted online, y'all was getting online laughing, and Saucy Santana didn't find it funny. And if I had a friend that was online laughing and stuff, or called me laughing about it, I would have been pissed. Saucy Santana, to me, does not have any agency in this relationship. He's just a gay best friend. And I think Saucy Santana, you know, had every right, because he did clap back and say, JT, where's all this coming from? Because you ain't been really messing with me. Like, you took the mic from me doing a Rolling Loud performance. You were sitting next to this man. He called me the F word. You didn't do anything. Yada, yada, yada. And, you know, to be honest, I would be surprised both of them do that. Like, Young Miami, like at one point said she would beat her son. She found out he was queer or gay or whatever. JT has done some questionable stuff. Like, it's just, girl, us gays, like, y'all gotta stop allowing yourselves to be used as a purse with these friends like this, because I've had to cut some friends off like that. I'm not about to be your joker. I'm not gonna be in any of these things. I have my own agency. I'm not here to perform for you, and you're not here to perform for me either. Like, I need a real friend, and real friends show up in that moment. But y'all, unfortunately, a lot of us seem to think that friends are, somebody can go to the club with, da-da-da. Friends really show up when you can't make it to the club, when you need to lean on them for other stuff, and they don't think that you are a burden in doing so. Now, sometimes we can lean too hard on our friends, we can crush them, and that's another conversation, but that's real friendship. So, I don't blame Saucy Santana for calling out JT on that. I feel like all of them need to have a conversation, but even her bringing it up and saying, we need to talk on Careesha Please without Saucy Santana. Girl, I don't know. But I do not believe that Young Miami or JT are jealous of each other. I don't believe that. I hate when people say that. I don't see any jealousy between any of them. To be honest, I think both of them have added a lot to City Girl. JT is the pen. She's the rap supreme of the group. Like, the pen game is there. Like, she's talented when it comes to that. Young Miami has the personality. She can, you know, do certain stuff that JT does not want to do. And there's a video of JT, you know, being told by the DJ to twerk, like, shake ass, and she's like, I'm not interested in doing that. Like, she's like, I ain't gonna keep doing all of that. That's why I said the same way that JT was talking about Glorilla not selling femininity or whatever, or being, you know, not able to sell sex on the stage or whatever. Like, girl, who is this for? Who is consuming? It's for the male gays. Like, this male DJ is asking you to do stuff and you're not interested in doing it. And you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to. So we have to think about that. But both of them have added. I don't think one of them make the group. Neither one of them make the group. They work together. And I saw some folks say, well, one is an introvert and one is an extrovert. They were bound to fall out. Girl, I am friends with a lot of extroverts. My mother is extrovert. I have other friends that are extroverts. I know when to check in and when to check out. I've been in relationships with folks who are extroverts. I have talked to folks who are extroverts. Come on, Chicago. And it works for me. I just, do my own thing. Y'all folks who associate drama to zodiac signs, oh my God, I'm praying for y'all. That's how you know it's serious. I am praying for y'all. Y'all are some of the worst when it comes to talking about shit online. Like, folks will say, oh, because she a Virgo, since her zodiac sign ended with an O, that's why she pooed a lot. Because of the boot hole. Like, y'all would say stupid shit like that, like in relation to somebody doing something because of a zodiac sign. It is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Oh, she's an Aquarius, they can't hold that back. Y'all say that about everybody. Shut up. I can do a whole video about like zodiac stuff. Like, girl, I am tired. We are tired. The zodiac stuff, girl, oh my gosh, like everything around it. Like, oh, she's an Aquarius, she's a Taurus. I'm like, shut the up. Damn, can y'all think for a second? People have this allegiance to zodiacs doing certain stuff, think they are psychologists. They want to diagnose folks with them being like just born here. And there is nothing that we have studied that has shown somebody being born in July makes them do certain things. There's no information that says that. There's no research that proves that that is that. Me being this sign of being born in this month doesn't mean that I'm going to be outgoing and all that because of a zodiac sign. Girl, I might be autistic. I might have ADHD. I might be somewhat on the spectrum or something. Like, girl, I'm somebody who has ADHD. That has nothing to do with me being born in August. I know some outgoing Leos who do a lot of stuff. I'm not one of those folks. I don't mind being at home, but it don't have nothing to do with my sign. It just has something to do with me and how I feel as a person. But this video is not about all of that. Shout out to City Girls. I love them down. They have made up. They had a conversation. Hopefully things get better. Hopefully they're able to keep this energy and all that. I just wish them the best because I think they're two talented women. I just pray that they're able to like become, cool or whatever. And sometimes we do outgrow people. That doesn't mean we have to be disrespectful towards them or whatever. Sometimes you just outgrow folks. And that very well may be what is happening. But I think when it comes to this, you have capitalism at play. I think it's easier for them to fall out because they are a group that needs to be together to make money and in the industry. And it's like, it's an unnatural thing that's being requested of both of them. And it's just bound to happen. I think that's the same when it comes to folks who are in marriages or in relations. Like, girl, I don't want to be with this person, but if I get by myself, I have to pay my bills by myself, or I'm have to, I lose half my income, like half of the income that's coming in to pay these bills. I'm not gonna have that. Or if I divorce this person, I'm gonna have to shell out a lot of money. So folks, stay in situations because of that. And sometimes situations make things worse. Like, girl, you got hit with this. I have to, take the financial responsibility for that. It's just like, girl, relationships and capitalism. My old professor, psychology professor, said there is no romance without finance. But girl, finance is forever changing for each and every one of us. The pandemic proved that. That's all I got. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.